Hello and welcome back to my Kidcore Island Crayon. Today we got a big-ish build to do. Well, I've got a lot of terraforming to do, and originally I was gonna do Nook's Cranny today, but that all changed and you'll see why later on in the video. I'm gonna be continuing from our entrance build that we did in my first video for this island, but I did take a quick trip back to my old island Puddles. If you don't remember my island Puddle, it was a rainy day Kidcore island. I wanted to take inspiration for Nook's Cranny. I remember really loving how this Nook's Cranny came out, and I'm obsessed, and I kind of want to channel the same vibes, but we don't end up doing that in this video, which is such a shame. A lot of my current island has got inspiration from my island Puddle that I did 2 years ago now, I think. Especially the coloration. I think I might change a few things actually on my island Crayon now seeing Puddle again. I definitely love these tiles that I've got in front of Nook's Cranny. I might try and download those or something similar at least. Right, so let's go check out some of those codes now that we're back on my island. I don't have much space for extra codes, so I'm going to have to delete this cardboard grass. I honestly don't see myself using it anyway, so I don't think it's going to be a big loss. So all the codes are still available for Puddle. If you're interested in any of them, they're in the description of those videos. I think it's in a playlist called Kidcore now, so I did move some of the playlists around and rearrange some things. But anyway, here is the MA on screen right now, and look at all these cute fantastic codes that we can have for our Kidcore Island. While I was looking, I was considering using that white road code. It just seems so cute. I love the side tiles of it, but I think I'm going to stick with what I got because there is little chalk designs for that road. But let me know if you think I should swap out for this road from the road I'm using. But out of all these codes, I do go for the little sun, the little cloud, the little bumblebee, also the apple, and also a plain square tile code. I will show you all those as we're going through. I did have to get rid of one of my other cardboard box codes, but it's okay because I have like 5 I think, so it wasn't too much of a problem. But now we are ready to start our build. I'm so excited. I love building. So remember this red staircase that we put in my entrance build? This is where we're going to be continuing and carrying on the build today. So before we actually continue the terraforming over there, I need to incorporate this river. I want to have rivers on my island, I finally decided, and I want it to be like a cute bendy river that leads into a jungle Kidcore themed section of my island or somewhere along those lines. The 2 river mouths on my map are actually at the bottom and the left, so I think I can make this work by having the jungle area in the top left or forest area, something along those lines. So with water terraforming, I always like to try and make the outside first so I can get the shape of where I want it to bend and where I want it to go, so that's what we're going to do. Also, I need to fill in this small little pool of water. This is where my bridge was that I had to get rid of from the beginning. So now that we've finished the rough outline of my river, I can start chopping away the middle so that we've got the river. I think I want to do something a little bit different in between. Because I'm having terraforming either side of this river, I want to have a way to get across from one side of the terraforming to the other without having to make a fake land bridge. And of course, we can't have normal bridges because Nintendo said no. So we can't have bridges going over our water, which is absolutely outrageous. Please give us that in the next game. So now that the river shaping is done pretty much, we need to figure out where I can put some trees. Because I'm having terraforming next to this, I don't want it to feel so empty and just like a straight down from the terraforming into the river. So I want to place some trees. We will come back later on and add bushes and flowers down here as well, and some little bits of decoration, maybe some mush items. And now here comes the long part, the part where we have to do all the terraforming from here right up towards that staircase that we started at the beginning. So I'm going to quickly whiz through this and I'll see you when it's done. So I haven't yet finished the terraforming, but I did want to show you what I'm putting in between the 2 terraformed cliffs. So I'm just filling in a little section in the middle like so. It is just a 2x2 square, but I do end up making it bigger in a second because I can't round the corners. But we are going to terraform on top of this so that you're able to jump across. But yes, it does end up being a 3x3 instead, and then I chop the corners off and it looks like a lovely round jumping pad. Now for whatever reason, I decided to come over to our pirate area and do a spot of terraforming. I didn't even fill it in. I end up just doing the outline of what I want it to look like. I will not be building this area today. I'm going to save this because to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to stick up there yet. It's quite a narrow section. Anyway, that is another day's problem. Here we are on the finished terraforming platform. I do hope it's big enough. I know it's not big enough for the plan that I originally had, but here you go. I'll just show you a little demonstration of how the jumpy pad works. I think it came out cute. So we need to make a start now on some code placing. Now you may be wondering, why are you down by resident services? I thought we were doing on top of the terraforming platform today. Well, I need to get the spacing right before we start placing codes on that top layer. You see the road, it has to bend round by resident services, and because my road is 3 squares wide and the sidewalk is at the side, there's 2 squares wide, but I do end up keeping it just 1 square on the right side just for spacing reasons. I want to make sure that I can fit it in and I won't have the issue of changing the size or changing what I plan to do down here. So we want to get the sizing correct before we continue with the upper level. So there's the road done. We just need to finish off these little middle bits, and then we're going to leave this bit alone for the rest of the video. That is another day's problem. So now we can actually start placing the codes up here, and I was going to go with this new code that we just downloaded, but I just don't think it looks right. The coloration with the road, it just... No, I just don't like it next to the road. It looks like such a clash and I don't like it. I'll use this in a different place. Instead, we're going to go back to our original road that we were using down the bottom. It just looks so much better with the road. So there it is, our road is finished. Look at that, so much better. Like I said, I will use the other code, just not here, it just doesn't fit right. And you know what else doesn't fit right? Nook's Cranny. There is no way it is fitting there in that space, so we're going to have a change of plan. And that change of plan ends up being a villager house. Apparently, it was way too early for Stitches to be awake, so he's still in his pajamas. To be honest, I would probably be in my pajamas as well. I don't know what time it is in my game, but it's pretty early. Anyway, let's mark out where we're going to pop Stitch's house. I was thinking of having it there, moved over. Is that Poppy? That is Poppy. I don't know what she's doing down there, or even how she got down there. There must be a gap somewhere. Anyway, here is where we're going to pop Stitch's house. I think it's perfect. We've got some space to the right, a little gap to the left. Do a little spot of time traveling, and ta-da! His house is ready to be built around. I forgot we have this little gap between the staircase and the sidewalk, so I'm just going to fill it with the little Kidcore path. I've been really loving putting fruit trees around my Kidcore island because they add just a little extra pop of color. So I'm kicking away some of the squares so that I can figure out where to pop some trees. I don't want anything to block. Also, I don't end up placing trees in all these squares. You'll see in just a bit. I found it a bit too cluttered. I know, who is she not wanting to fill all the spaces with trees? I'm doing my best not to cover the views so that we can get cute photos of the island. Also, I tried out these little bees on the corner and I don't end up liking them. I end up changing them to stars, but I use the bees somewhere else in this build. I then want to go around and just pop some cute little codes on the floor like newspaper, puddles, and a toast. Don't know why I've put a toast outside of Stitch's house. Very random, but cute. Kidcore doesn't need to make sense, remember? And we trust the process. So here I am using that code that I couldn't get to work in the beginning. And I think it's a great little walkway section to Stitch's house. And then I'm going to use this grass code just to go up the top here, just to add a little bit of color. And because I can't put any flowers there, so, you know, might as well do. And here's the little bee code. I told you I'd find somewhere to put it. Now we're going to start the decorating with our lovely vertical board fence. My favorite fence in the whole entire game. I mean, if you've been here a while, you know that by now. Also, let me know what's your favorite fencing in the game, because I feel like we all have different opinions, but vertical board fence reigns supreme to me. Now, I know I said we were decorating, but I did forget to place down our little code. I want to do a little walkway going through this fence gap we have, and what better way to make that clear than adding these cute little colorful planks. Now, I need to pop some fencing all the way around the edge of the terraforming, and I decided to use a park fence. We got red and yellow and also blue, and I kind of want to do it like I did on Puddle. See, here on Puddle we used yellow, blue and red, and I think they look really good, so I'm thinking I might actually go back and change it to those colors. And also the same as Puddle, we are adding the hedge fences in between the park fence. I can feel myself taking a lot of inspiration from Puddle. I'm even considering building a duck pond. If you've never seen my Puddle series, it was a very short series because I kind of rushed it towards the end because I wanted to get into this hard mode that Nintentalk, another creator of Animal Crossing, created for the community to play, and I wanted to get invested in that, so that's why I ended up rushing that island, which is a shame, but maybe we are reimagining it right now with my island Crayon. I guess maybe this island is going to be what Puddle should have been, but without the rain and of course the puddles. But anyway, let's pop some trees around Stitch's house area. We got apple trees, hardwood trees, cedar tree. I love the cedar tree. Gives us a little bit of height in between all those other hardwood style trees. I think before I can start putting down some furniture, I must get my bushes and my flowers in. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to block the way and not be able to put them down. I think I've already talked about the flowers I'm using before. I think I have. So we are using green mums. We're also using red mums and red tulips. We got yellow cosmos and yellow mums and blue windflowers and blue hyacinths, and the bushes I'm choosing to use on my island are azaleas. Now, I don't want them in bloom. I know I see some people ask me, why don't you ever have the bushes in bloom? Because the azaleas, I like the leaves. I have nothing against them being in bloom. On the right island, they look stunning. If I could use bushes in bloom on my other island that I've just finished, Sweet Pea, I would have, but there is no bushes in bloom during cherry blossom season, so you have to go without. Otherwise, pink bushes would look so cute. So in the right theme, I think, yes, I would use the bushes while they're in bloom, but for this one, I just want them for the leaves, if I'm being honest. I didn't want it to mix too much with the other colors I've got going on. I don't even know what bushes would have gone well with my island. Maybe hydrangeas. I think there's some blue hydrangeas. I don't remember. I don't remember what they look like in bloom. I just remember their leaves. Anyway, I want to make this look a little bit more fun, so we're going to add some cute, fun things to the sidewalk. Cardboard boxes, these quilt codes that I got. I know you may be thinking, why the quilt codes? For the popper color, of course, and the cardboard boxes also for the color. But now it is time for us to start putting furniture down because I've been dragging this on for so long. Of course, I'm going to pop down the garden table, a garden chair. We got one in red and one in yellow. I love putting these two pieces of furniture together in different colors, especially for Kidcore. It's just so much fun. And this jelly was meant to go on the table, but it didn't. So let's try that again. Apple jelly. There you go. Oh, for some reason I was thinking the apple jelly was going to be red, but apples aren't red inside, so I guess... Oh wow, yummy yellow jelly. Now, I do pop a cassette player here. I still don't have any music, I don't think, unless it's in my storage and I don't know it's there, but I need to get some music to play around my island. Put your recommendations down below. Of course, I have to add some plastic benches in. I love the plastic bench, especially for Kidcore islands. When I'm doing other islands, I tend to like, is it the iron garden bench or the garden bench? The one that's like wood and metal. I don't remember what it's called. Okay, so I just looked it up. It's this one on the screen. It is the garden bench. I had to check, otherwise it would have bothered me. This corner proved difficult to figure out. In the end, I end up sticking this fire hydrant in there. I think the green doesn't stand out enough, so I may have to change that for a yellow or a red. But then the table was yellow and red, so I don't know. I don't know. Also, we got a green bike, a blue phone box, which you never see blue phone boxes. Kind of want to change it too. In my brain, I'm like, I really want it to be so bright and colorful. Let me go for the brightest color. And obviously yellow and red are brighter than blue and green, but I can't have everything just red and yellow. Okay, now that would truly be a theme. If you did a whole yellow and red island, that would be something. And of course, by the way, I had to slip in my standees. I got a grass standee and a tree standee. Would it be Kidcore build without standees? Absolutely not. Also, to fill a little bit more of the area, I did put a trash can in, or a rubbish bin, and a bubble machine. What's more fun than bubbles? I have some traffic cones on me and I just determined to put them down. I can't wait to do some sort of little construction area on this island. I think it would really fit in well with the little town vibes that we got going on. I do want to add some more elements to this island. Like I said, I do want to add a forest core area, maybe a jungle core area if I can fit it in, and trash core. So there's still kind of a lot of places to take off. I want to do like a natural part to this Kidcore island. There's many things I want to do. I'll definitely try my best to fit them all in. Now we've got this tiny little section above our staircase that we just need to fill in. Gonna pop down a code, a log stool, and then on top of this log stool, to make it feel a little bit more Kidcore, because it just needs more because it's me, I added a dinosaur toy, and then I do pop this little mush stool down as well, which I'm thinking of putting a gyroid on. Still thinking about those gyroids. Maybe we should do a poll. Also, over by our tree standee and our little jump across, I decided to make it a little bit different rather than me just adding the dirt code, to add the boardwalk code that we were using over in our last build. And then over on the jumping section itself, we got a cute little planks leading to the other side, and some flowers, of course, because I wouldn't have it without flowers. And I needed something there, and for some reason, a light cube struck my interest and piqued my creativity. I'm probably going to stick a gyroid on there, let's be honest. But I think that's it today. It took me so long to do the terraforming that the decorating didn't take as long. But let's do a little tour of what we did do today. So of course we start this area by going up the lovely red incline. I'm so glad I chose the red one and not the blue one. Nothing wrong with the blue one, just prefer the red. Here's our little section with our dinosaur toy and a mushroom store where I'm definitely putting a gyroid. If we walk along here, I will be continuing this road all the way across to the end as far as I need it to go. Don't know how many houses I'm still going to put in this neighborhood area. Not sure yet. Don't think I'm going to do that next, but I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that because I never know what I'm going to do next. That's the fun part, I guess, about watching these videos. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do next. Who knows? You'll have to find out next time I post. Here is cute little Stitches area. So glad I had the bubble machine. It's so fun. I'm going to add more bubble machines around my island for sure. We have our little wood plank path leading behind Stitch's house, which I will also be continuing that on behind there. Not sure to what. Don't know. I will decide on the day that I build that area. And also look, Rod's over there. Aww. Bless him. Now, hopping over our little jumping section, I still need to fill all this in, and I do not know what I'm going to stick here. If you have any suggestions or ideas, pop them down below. I love to read your ideas. But anyway, I do believe we've seen everything we built today. I had so much fun doing this build. Also, sorry it's a little bit shorter than my usual videos. I'm trying a different editing and recording style, so I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm having fun making these videos like this, so hopefully you enjoy watching them. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Also, big shout out to all the channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You're truly amazing. Anyway, like, comment and subscribe. Come join the Jelly Bean family. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.